Shalom, everyone. Today's reading represents night 2, being a light in the darkness. A reading of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, all the way through 14 and 15. All right, so let us begin here. You are the light of the world, a city set on a hill and cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they put it on a lampstand so it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. In this context, Yeshua was speaking to the fellow Jews who would come to accept him as the Messiah, stated in 14 verses. Jewish believers are salt, a seasoning and a preservative for the land of Israel, that is, for the Jewish people, and a light for the world, for the Gentiles. As taught in Isaiah 49:6, God established a covenant of salt, Numbers 18:19, which is applied to King David and his descendants, that is, to the Messiah, as noted within 2 Chronicles 13, verse 5. Jewish believers in the Messiah, then, are the righteous remnant, for whose sake God preserves Israel and the world. For more on salt, reference Luke 14:34 through 35. Sometimes Israeli Messianic Jews feel that they are not part of the real Jewish community in the land. But the reason Messianic Jews are here is to be the righteous remnant, for those for whose sake God preserves the nation of Israel. This motivates us to keep on trusting God, trying to realize the Messianic Jewish vision and proclaiming Yeshua to our people. This also goes for all believers who've been grafted into the olive tree of Israel. Technically, Gentiles have had a status change to adopted Jews, Hebrews, or those who have been adopted into the family of Israel. We are all a part of God's plan to be a light to the Jewish people and to the nations. Reading from verse 5:14, light of the world. Jesus, or Yeshua's disciples, have the kingdom life within them as a living testimony to those in the world who do not yet have that light. Reading for the Greek word for light, photos, which is a noun, also from theo or phon, to sound. Generally, true knowledge of God is a spiritual thing. Christian piety, as noted within the book of Acts, Romans, and Ephesians, true Christians as boy or sons of light, and techna, children of light, noted within Ephesians 5:8, ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord, means you are enlightened by the Lord. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, as exhibited in the life and the teaching of someone. Let your light so shine before men, noted within Matthew 5:16, John 5:35, Isaiah 2:5, where the idea of holiness predominates as of God and those confronted to him, of peace and happiness. And in the people in which sat in the darkness saw great light, quoted from Isaiah 9:2, and also in Acts 26:23, Septuagint, and Psalm 36:9, Isaiah 58:8, Isaiah 58:10. Reading June. Now, this is the message we have heard from him and announced to you, that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. For if we say we have fellowship with him and keep walking in the darkness, we are lying and do not practice the truth. But if we walk in the light, as he himself is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of his son Yeshua, purifies us from all sin. So what is walking in the light? It is walking in obedience to his word, starting in the Torah and ending with Revelation. The Hebrew word for light is or, which is the root word for Torah. As noted within Isaiah 2:5, come, house of Jacob, let us walk in the light of Adonai. Reading from the Hebrew verse light, we're going in context with that, the definition. Or, a masculine noun meaning light in literal sense, it is used primarily to refer to light from heavenly bodies, but also from light itself. The pillar of fire was a light for the wandering Israelites. One day, God is clothed with light, a manifestation of his splendor, will replace the light of the heavens with his own light. It's noted within Psalms 104:2, Isaiah 60:19-20, as well as Revelations 21:23, 22:5. Light is always used as a positive symbol, such as for good fortune, noted in Book of Job 30:26, victory in Micah 7, chapter 7, verses 8 and 9, and justice and righteousness, as noted within Isaiah 59:9. Guidance, Psalm 119, verse 105, and the bearer of deliverance, as noted within Isaiah 49:6. Expressions involving light include the light of one's face, meaning someone's favor. To see light, meaning to live, and to walk in the light, meaning to live by God's known standards. A call to walk in his light is no word, equals no light. Come ye is reading from Isaiah. Then many people, Isaiah 2:3, excuse me. Then many people will go and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of Adonai, to the house of the God of Jacob. Then he will teach us his way, and we'll walk in his paths. For Torah will go forth from Zion, and the word of Adonai from Jerusalem. Isaiah 50, verse 10. Who among you fears Adonai? Who hears the voice of his servant? Who walks in darkness and has no light? Let him trust in the name of Adonai and lean on his God. Isaiah 50:11. Behold, all you who kindle a fire, encircling yourselves with firebrands, walk in the light of your fire, and among the brands you have lit. This you will have from my hand. You will lie down in torment. Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come. The glory of Adonai has risen on you. Isaiah 60:19. No more will the sun be your light by day, nor the glow of the moon be your light. But Adonai will be your everlasting light and your God for your glory. Amen. So Moshe receives direct orders to collect clear oil for making the purest light. The finest drippings, shemen zayit katit, olive oil, pure pressed, are gathered from the first droplets oozing from the plump, ripe olives, as noted within Exodus 27, verse 20. The Lord commands light to shine through the night. The olive oil is hand crushed in mortar, not ground by millstone. This careful, labor-intensive procedure prevents the olive particles from mudding the clarity of the virgin olive oil. The unwavering, smokeless, translucent light shines brilliantly from the menorah in the holy place. Shining through the night, the Tamid, eternal light, pictures Israel as a nation to bring light to the nations. God commands Aaron and his sons to the light, the Tamid, each evening, as an everlasting statute, as noted within Exodus 27, verse 21. The next morning, Aaron renews the wicks, refills the lamp with oil, and prepares for evening. So as we read from Matthew 5:14 through 16, in what way have the priestly duties to be a light to the nations been assumed by believers? Give some examples where the fruits of your faith have led to good deeds that witness to others. Just like the temple menorah was to be lit continually with pure oil, so we are to be lit continually with the oil of the Ruach HaKodesh. Continuously. I need to stress that. It is a continuous process, continual. We are not to hide our light, but to let it shine. We are ways that we can let our spiritual light shine in this dark world by doing righteous deeds that Yeshua said we were to do. The reading of Matthew 25:34 through 40. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you, a stranger, and invite you in, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and come to you?" And answering, the king will say to them, "Amen, I tell you, whatever you did to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did to me." That concludes our dedication for night 2. Shalom and Yeshua.